and welcome to Gardening at 58 North. In this video I'm giving you guys an update on my Hibiscus Rosa sinensis plant. You can see here it's flowering really nicely at the moment. This is a flower that's just opened this morning. You can see it's looking really fresh, quite large. And there's my hand for a size comparison. It's really big. It's probably bigger than my hand, to be honest. It's a really big flower. And this one has been, this plant in particular has been doing really well at the moment. I'll just move it back slightly so you can see it a bit easier. So what I did is I repotted this in a recent video. I'll put a link for you for that now. And basically it was quite a small pot. The plant was being a bit stunted by the size of the pot, so I wanted to give it a bit more energy. I wanted it to grow a bit bigger because I wanted a slightly better flowering display, but I didn't want it to go too huge, so I didn't give it a huge pot. But it's probably doubled in size of what it was originally. And it's really responded well. I've had it on a sunny windowsill I think since about April, May time. I had it in a cool room over winter. That just kept it dormant. It kind of felt like it was a winter period for it, so it stopped flowering. There wasn't enough sun for it anyway, so it was good to keep it cool, because if it's too warm in winter, what generally tends to happen is it grows quite leggy. But as you can see, that there wasn't any leggy growth, so it's done quite well. All that it's actually grown this year is a couple of inches so far. You can see that's where it stopped growing last year, and that's all it's grown so far this year. So it's not put on a whole load of growth. The leaves are slightly bigger this year. I think having a slightly bigger pot, and it seems to be quite healthy in general. There was quite a bad thrip infestation at one point and a few aphids, but the thrips have been dealt with. I put some beneficial mite sachets on it, and you can just see one there, and that seems to have dealt with it nicely. And it's just in the last few days it started to throw out its flowers at a regular interval. You can see one's just fallen off as I've been videoing this. This one here is ready to come off, and I can just gently tilt to the side and it should just snap clean off. There we go. So those two are finished, and the flowers only do last for one day. So this flower opened up yesterday. You can see it's already starting to go a bit crinkly. It's starting to close already. As I say, this one opened this morning, which is why it looks so fresh and nice. If I turn it around, you'll see it's absolutely covered in flower buds, and it's going to keep sending up loads of flowers really well. You can see every single stem has probably got about 3 or 4, maybe 5 flower buds on the way. And there's even more further down that you can't really see because they're so small that are coming up. So as soon as this one dies off, you can see there's this one who will open soon. There's all of these other ones which are already showing their petals, so they're going to open soon. And as soon as they're finished, there's even more on the way. So it's going to give me a constant display, hopefully for the rest of the summer. It's quite important I keep it in a really sunny position, because it needs a lot of energy to produce such large flowers from such a small plant. But that's one of the nice things about the this kind of hibiscus, is you can have quite a small compact plant, but you can still have fantastic large showy flowers like this. I don't think you can really get another plant that has such big flowers on such a regular occasion. It is a shame that they only last for a day, but as I say, it produces one almost every day at the moment, so I've got almost continuous blooms. And that was another reason I wanted to put in a slightly bigger pot, to have a slightly bigger plant. When it was a really small plant, it might, on good occasions it might throw up a flower every day, but generally it wouldn't flower every single day. There'd be 2 or 3 days between each flower. But if I get this plant just a little bit bigger than it is now, I should hopefully be able to have enough stems that there will always be some flowers on it. Maybe 2 or 3 at a time would be good as well. And looking at this, there looks like there's quite a few that are coming on at a similar stage, so I might be lucky and get 4 or 5 flowers in one go. If I do get that, I'll give you guys I'll put a photo at the end of this video to let you guys see what that looked like. But I'm quite happy with how it's doing. I don't need to prune it at all. It hasn't been put on too much growth, and it's really been focusing all its growth onto flowers, which is exactly what I want. I don't want a giant plant with lots of leaves. I just want a small compact plant absolutely covered in flowers. So what I've been doing to encourage this is I've been giving it a tomato feed every week. That's really seems to have been helping it a lot. It has also been a very thirsty plant recently because it's been getting a lot of sunshine. I've been very lucky this summer that it's been a lot sunnier than normal, and that certainly helped. So I've been watering it almost every day, as I say, feeding it with a high potassium tomato feed once a week. That's really encouraged it to put out lots of flowers. It discouraged any kind of strong leafy growth. I didn't want a high nitrogen feed, because a high nitrogen feed would encourage lots of strong stem and leaf growth, and you wouldn't get as many flowers. But giving it the high potassium feed from a tomato plant feed has really helped it out, and you see it's doing really nice. So I'll give you guys an update. I would like to put this on a time lapse. I did a time lapse last year, but I don't have my high intensity light isn't quite strong enough for this to keep it flowering. And if I do put it under the grow lamp, it will probably flower well for 2 or 3 days, but then it will affect the flowering probably for the next few weeks, because it will cause a lot of the younger buds to fall off. I don't have energy to sustain the flowering. So I'm actually going to keep this on the windowsill for now, just to keep the flowers going. But that's all from this update, and I say I'll give you guys an update probably towards the end of summer, see how it's been doing. And if I can get a slightly higher intensity grow light, I will, and give you guys a time lapse of this as well.